Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a beef short rib recipe. This is such an easy recipe, I can't tell you. The only thing that's a little bit long is the time it takes to cook, but once you've got everything in the oven, you just leave it for 2.5 hours and then basically you're left with heaven. It is so good, I can't tell you. Really rich and just lovely. I'm also going to show you how to do a really simple broccoli side to go with it that's quite refreshing and just I think goes with the beef really well. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So at the moment I'm just getting salt and pepper and seasoning the outside of all the ribs. This is, I believe, 700 grams, so it's one big beef short rib, which I got from the butcher's because it's so much cheaper than the supermarket. So make sure you go down to your butcher to get this. I think the supermarket was like double the price and I got half the amount of meat. So yeah, definitely worth going to your butcher's. So once I have seasoned it, we want to go ahead and brown our meat. I'll be doing a blog post on why browning your meat is so important, so keep your eyes out for that one. Before our beef goes into the oven, we want to make sure the outside of it is crispy and browned off and starting to caramelize already. If we were to add our beef to the oven as it is now, when it's raw, then it just won't come out as nice. The meat will be grey, really dull looking, and that's not what we want. So I've put my baking tray on top of my gas cooker. I've put some oil in and I've turned the heat up to make sure it's super, super hot. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the beef ribs to the hot oil. The oil must sizzle when you add the meat in. If it doesn't, then it's too cold and you need to take it out and make sure the oil is hot. Put your heat onto medium and brown each side of the rib for a minute or so until it gets nice and brown and starts to caramelize, like this. Want to do this to each side, and then we're going to go ahead and add our garlic, our rosemary and our thyme. I've chopped this garlic in half. I've left the skin on. You don't need to worry about peeling it because right at the end there's going to be lots of amazing gravy stuff, and we're going to sieve this so all of the bits of thyme, rosemary and bits of garlic skin come out, so don't worry about that. Chuck it all in, and still on a medium heat we're going to add some butter. Always remember this one tip, guys. Butter makes everything taste better. Everything, okay? So we're going to add a couple of dollops of butter in with everything else. We're going to give this a mix, and then we are going to add our red wine. Now, guys, I know some of you don't drink alcohol. I just want to let you know, when you add red wine to a recipe, you're always cooking the alcohol out. So you're never actually left with any alcohol. You're just left with the taste of the wine. I don't know if that helps or not. If it doesn't help and you still don't want to add red wine to this, you can completely skip this step and just go ahead and add the beef stock, which is what I'm about to do. So I've added about, I'd say, a quarter bottle of red wine here. You can add more. You can add less, it will just make it stronger. And once you do this, you want to, like I said, you want to get rid of the alcohol. So you want to turn the heat back on really, really high, let it come to a boil, and you're going to let this cook out for, I'd say, a few minutes until it's roughly reduced by about half. That will take all of the alcohol out, and then you're just left this really gorgeous, intense red wine flavour. Please, 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 please do not buy an expensive bottle of wine. It's not needed. The cheapest one you can find will suffice. It will be good enough. So don't use crazy expensive red wine. It really is pointless. I've then got a beef stock cube that I've crumbled into the wine. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some hot water to this. Make sure it all comes back up to the boil again. And we are ready to put this little baby into the oven. Now this is going to be braised, which means half of the ribs will be in the liquid and half will be out of the liquid. So you want to kind of sit them nicely so they're sort of half in, half out. And we're going to prep this for the oven now. We're going to put this into a preheated oven. You want to do it low and slow, so I'd say around 170 on a, I believe mine's a fan oven. I will double check and put this in the link below that will direct you straight to the website, and all the nitty gritty details will be there. But we're going to add foil on top of this. We're going to cover the entire baking sheet with foil. Sorry, not baking sheet, the roasting pan. Have I forgotten English? And then we're going to put the foil on top and put this into the oven and let this cook for roughly about 2.5 hours. I'm now going to show you how to do a really, really simple broccoli side that goes really, really well with this. Because the beef is so intense and so rich, I really wanted something that was sort of light and quite refreshing to go with it. So I'm going to do a really, really simple broccoli and lemon, basically. That's what it is. Now, I never ever put my vegetables in a huge pot of water and allow them to boil, because all that does, it takes all of the flavour out of the veg, and the flavour just gets lost in like half a litre of water, which you don't want. You want the vegetable to cook in its own juices, and that just makes it so much yummier. So I've added some butter to, oh, sorry for the fog. I've added some butter to a pan, to which I've squeezed some lemon juice and added like 2 spoons of water, if that. And we are going to let our vegetables steam in the butter and the lemon juice and its own juices. So I go ahead and add some salt to that as well. And then literally stick the lid on, and I'd give it a little mix halfway in between, but let that steam for a few minutes, depends on how crunchy you like it. And then you have a really refreshing lemony side of broccoli. And that's literally it, guys. Now, I've also sieved my gravy. So I took all the beautiful juices from the roasting pan, put it through a sieve. I also got rid of a bit of the oil as well, because there was a bit too much oil in there from the fats. You just literally skim the oil off the top. But yeah, that was it. And after 2.5 hours of cooking in its own yumminess and red wine and a few simple flavours, you have the most intense, amazing beef, which, look at that gravy. Oh my God, can we just take a moment? Can we take a moment? Guys, this is so tasty, I cannot tell you, and so, so easy. I really, really hope you recreate it. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, and please make sure to leave comments below if you do. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video.